City of Shadows, the triumph of justice over notorious criminals. Introduction. In the heart of our bustling city, where the ebb and flow of daily life often paints a picture of harmony and normalcy, there once lurked a sinister presence that threatened to shatter the very foundations of our community. A gang of notorious criminals, their names whispered in fear and their deeds recounted in hushed tones, had woven a web of lawlessness that ensnared the innocent and sent shockwaves through the hearts of all who called this city home. For far too long, the city's residents had found themselves living in the shadow of this malevolent force, their lives disrupted, their sense of security shattered. These criminals, guided by their own twisted motives, seemed to relish in the chaos they wrought, leaving a trail of fear and trepidation in their wake. Their actions were audacious, their methods cunning, and their disregard for the well-being of others was evident in every calculated move they made. But within the heart of this darkness, a flicker of hope remained. The city's law enforcement agencies, comprised of individuals dedicated to upholding the values of justice and protecting their fellow citizens, refused to be daunted. They recognized the gravity of the situation and understood that the restoration of peace required an unwavering commitment to the cause, and so, the stage was set for a battle that would test the mettle of both the criminals and those sworn to defeat them. It was a struggle that would unfold over the course of 10 riveting chapters, each page turned revealing new layers of complexity and intrigue. As the tale unfolds, we shall witness the heroes of our story, ordinary individuals driven by an extraordinary sense of duty, embarking on a journey fraught with challenges and dangers. The pages that follow will detail their relentless pursuit, as these valiant defenders of justice painstakingly unravel the threads of deception that the criminals had woven. We will be privy to the strategic planning, the daring escapades, and the heart-pounding moments of suspense that marked their path. Each chapter will bring us closer to the climactic confrontation, where the forces of good and evil would clash in a battle that would determine the fate of the city. Yet, amid the darkness, we will also witness moments of unity, of resilience, and of the unbreakable spirit that resides within the human heart. This is a tale not just of crime and punishment, but of the triumph of the human spirit over adversity. As we embark on this journey, let us prepare to be captivated by the unfolding drama, to be inspired by the bravery of those who stand up in the face of danger, and to ultimately celebrate the victory of justice over villainy.
Chapter 1: The Troublemakers Arrive. In a city where the rhythm of life usually flowed harmoniously, a sinister undercurrent began to ripple through the tranquil facade. It was during these initial moments that the seeds of unease were sown, as a group of troublemakers emerged onto the scene, casting an ominous shadow over the once familiar streets. These newcomers were not ordinary citizens seeking to contribute positively to the community, rather, they were a motley crew of individuals driven by darker desires. Their arrival was marked by a series of bold actions that challenged the very fabric of law and order. With audacious heists, cryptic messages, and calculated disturbances, they quickly gained notoriety as a force to be reckoned with. The city's residents, initially taken aback by the brazenness of these acts, soon found themselves gripped by a rising tide of fear and uncertainty. The once safe neighborhoods were now tinged with an air of trepidation, as whispers of the troublemakers' deeds circulated among the populace. Children were cautioned to return home early, shopkeepers reinforced their locks, and the city's sense of unity began to waver under the weight of this newfound threat. As the troubling incidents continued, the police and law enforcement agencies scrambled to piece together the puzzle presented by the troublemakers. Clues were analyzed, evidence was gathered, and the race to uncover the identities and motivations of these shadowy figures was underway. The city was on high alert, its nerves frayed, as the realization sunk in that their haven of peace was now under siege. In this opening chapter, the stage is set for a battle between the forces of chaos and those committed to maintaining order. The troubles that the newcomers bring seem insurmountable, and yet, a glimmer of hope remains, a determination that, even in the face of adversity, the city's defenders will rise to meet the challenge. With uncertainty shrouding their every move, the city braces itself for the chapters ahead, where the ultimate showdown between the troublemakers and the forces of justice is destined to unfold.
Chapter 2: Their Evil Plans. As the ominous cloud of uncertainty continued to loom over the city, the true extent of the troublemakers' menace began to unravel. Chapter 2 delves into the intricate web of evil plans these individuals had meticulously woven, revealing a disturbing tapestry of motives that struck at the very heart of the community. In the midst of their audacious deeds, it became evident that the troublemakers were not driven by mere impulse, but by a calculated desire to disrupt the city's equilibrium. Each action they undertook seemed to serve a malevolent purpose, aimed at sowing discord and fear among the populace. In this chapter, the readers gain insight into the depth of the troublemakers' cunning. From sophisticated heists that targeted symbols of prosperity to carefully orchestrated acts of sabotage, their intentions were clear: to undermine the foundations of trust that held the city together. As details emerge, it becomes apparent that their motivations were shrouded in secrecy, their objectives hidden behind a smokescreen of chaos. The city's law enforcement agencies found themselves racing against time to connect the dots, struggling to decipher the underlying patterns within the chaos. While the troublemakers reveled in their ability to stay one step ahead, the investigators remained resolute, determined to expose the sinister thread that tied their actions together. Chapter 2 paints a chilling portrait of the troublemakers' malevolence, offering readers a glimpse into the depths of their depravity. As the evil plans unfold, the city's defenders find themselves facing a foe that is both unpredictable and relentless. The battle lines are drawn, setting the stage for a conflict that will test the limits of determination and ingenuity on both sides.
Chapter 3: The City in Fear. With each passing day, the city's atmosphere grew increasingly fraught with tension and unease. Chapter 3 delves into the palpable fear that gripped the hearts of the residents, transforming the once vibrant streets into a somber and apprehensive landscape. As the troublemakers' sinister deeds continued to escalate, their impact reverberated through the community. No longer were the city's denizens able to carry on with their lives unaffected. Instead, they found themselves constantly glancing over their shoulders, wary of the shadowy threat that seemed to lurk around every corner. Children who once played freely in the parks now clung to their parents' sides, their innocence tainted by the chilling tales of the troublemakers' exploits. Shop owners, who had once greeted customers with warm smiles, now exchanged concerned glances, their livelihoods hanging in the balance as business waned due to the climate of fear. The city's once vibrant social fabric began to fray, as neighbors whispered in hushed tones about the latest rumors and unverified stories. The fear of the unknown created divisions even among friends, as differing opinions emerged about the appropriate course of action to take in the face of this ever-present threat. In Chapter 3, readers bear witness to the emotional toll inflicted upon the city's residents. Anxiety and paranoia festered, as individuals grappled with the realization that their lives had been irreversibly altered by the malevolent actions of the troublemakers. The sense of unity that had once defined the community now seemed to hang by a thread, as the weight of fear cast a long and dark shadow over the collective consciousness. Amidst this atmosphere of apprehension, the city's defenders were faced with a dual challenge. Not only did they need to confront the troublemakers themselves, but they also had to find a way to restore a sense of security and normalcy to a city shaken to its core. As Chapter 3 unfolds, the struggle to regain control over both the physical and emotional landscape becomes a central theme, setting the stage for the heroic efforts that will follow in the chapters to come.
Chapter 4: Heroes Step Up. Amid the shadows of fear and uncertainty, a glimmer of hope emerged in the form of everyday heroes who refused to be cowed by the troublemakers' reign of terror. Chapter 4 shines a spotlight on these valiant individuals, as they stepped forward to protect their city and its people from the looming threat. As the troublemakers continued to sow chaos, a group of dedicated individuals within the city's law enforcement agencies and beyond recognized the urgency of the situation. Driven by a deep commitment to safeguarding their community, these heroes decided to take action. Their determination to restore peace and security provided a beacon of light in the midst of the darkness that had descended upon the city. In this chapter, readers are introduced to the diverse cast of characters who make up the group of heroes. From seasoned police officers to brilliant detectives, and from resourceful citizens to unexpected allies, their backgrounds and motivations vary, but they all share an unwavering resolve to bring an end to the troublemakers' reign. As the heroes step into the spotlight, they grapple with their own fears and doubts. The enormity of the challenge before them is palpable, as they navigate a landscape fraught with danger and uncertainty. Yet, it is their shared sense of duty and the burning desire to protect their loved ones that drives them forward, propelling them to take risks that they might never have imagined. Chapter 4 showcases the heroes' initial steps towards taking control of the situation. Through their collaborative efforts, they begin to piece together information, strategize, and pool their resources in pursuit of a common goal, to thwart the troublemakers and restore the city's sense of security. As readers become acquainted with these inspiring figures, they bear witness to the emergence of a resilient spirit that refuses to be extinguished by the darkness that seeks to engulf it. With the heroes stepping into the foreground, the narrative gains momentum, setting the stage for the challenges and triumphs that lie ahead in the struggle against the formidable adversary that threatens to tear the city apart.
Chapter 5: The Hunt Begins. As the heroes rallied together in the face of adversity, Chapter 5 delves into the thrilling beginning of their pursuit of the troublemakers. This chapter unfolds with a sense of urgency, as the heroes embark on a relentless hunt for clues that will lead them to the heart of the criminal activity. Armed with determination and a growing network of information, the heroes dive headfirst into their investigation. They pore over maps, examine evidence, and dissect the patterns left behind by the troublemakers' actions. Each piece of the puzzle brings them closer to unraveling the enigma that shrouds the criminals' motivations. This chapter offers readers a glimpse into the heroes' tireless dedication, as they sacrifice their personal time and safety to chase leads and follow up on tips. Theirs is a race against time, as they understand that every moment counts in preventing further havoc and alleviating the city's suffering. Throughout the hunt, the heroes encounter obstacles and setbacks that challenge their resolve. The troublemakers' cunning and willingness to go to great lengths to remain hidden test the limits of the heroes' ingenuity. Yet, it is their collaborative spirit, the pooling of their unique skills and insights, that propels them forward in the face of adversity. As Chapter 5 unfolds, readers are drawn into the intricate cat-and-mouse game between the heroes and the troublemakers. The tension mounts as each new discovery takes them one step closer to uncovering the criminals' true identities and motivations. With the hunt fully underway, the hero's determination serves as a beacon of hope for a city yearning to see an end to its ordeal. As the narrative unfolds, the reader is invited to share in the hero's triumphs and setbacks, feeling the adrenaline of the chase and the weight of the city's collective hope resting on their shoulders. With the hunt in full swing, the narrative gains momentum, setting the stage for the thrilling twists and turns that will define the chapters to come.
Chapter 6: Tricky Hideouts. As the heroes continue their relentless pursuit, Chapter 6 delves into the shadowy world of the troublemakers' hideouts. In their determination to evade justice, the criminals have chosen to nestle themselves in locations that prove to be as elusive as they are cunning. This chapter introduces readers to a cat-and-mouse game that spans across the city's landscape. With each lead that the heroes follow, they discover that the troublemakers have managed to establish hideouts that are as intricate as they are well concealed. These hideouts are designed to be like mazes, presenting a maze of challenges and obstacles that the heroes must navigate to get closer to their prey. The hideouts themselves take on a life of their own, becoming characters in their own right. Abandoned warehouses, underground tunnels, and forgotten alleyways become stages upon which the heroes must decipher clues, solve puzzles, and outwit the criminals' elaborate traps. Each hideout holds a piece of the puzzle, a fragment of information that inches them closer to the heart of the troublemakers' nefarious plans. As the heroes delve deeper into the labyrinthine hideouts, they must rely on their intuition and collective intellect to unearth the truth. Tensions rise as they encounter close calls and near misses, while the troublemakers remain ever elusive, one step ahead of capture. Chapter 6 paints a vivid picture of the tension that permeates the hero's journey. The hideouts become a tangible representation of the criminal's determination to remain hidden, and the hero's determination to shine a light into the shadows. With their resources stretched thin and their resolve tested, the heroes forge ahead, driven by the hope of bringing an end to the criminal's reign and restoring the city's sense of security. As the narrative unfolds, readers are immersed in a world of intrigue, danger, and suspense. The hideouts become battlegrounds where wits and strategy collide, and where the hero's unwavering commitment to justice shines through. The chase becomes more intense, as the story hurtles toward a climax that promises to reveal the true face of the troublemakers and the intricate tapestry of their motivations.
Chapter 7: Close Calls. In the heart-pounding narrative of pursuit and evasion, Chapter 7 brings readers face to face with the moments that teeter on the edge of discovery. These are the close calls, the instances where the heroes and troublemakers come within a breath of crossing paths, where the line between success and failure hangs by the thinnest of threads. As the heroes inch closer to the truth, their efforts are met with increasing resistance from the troublemakers. The criminals, keenly aware of the heroes' proximity, become more determined than ever to evade capture. With each new lead followed, each piece of evidence uncovered, the tension heightens, setting the stage for the moments of near confrontation that define this chapter. Amidst the backdrop of this high-stakes game, readers are plunged into scenes of suspense and uncertainty. The heroes' relentless pursuit pushes them to their limits, their determination undimmed even in the face of obstacles and danger. Yet, as they draw closer to their adversaries, the danger intensifies, and the possibility of the troublemakers slipping away becomes all too real. In this chapter, the narrative explores the psychological toll that the chase takes on both sides. The heroes grapple with the weight of responsibility, their every decision potentially altering the course of events. Meanwhile, the troublemakers' confidence wavers as they recognize the increasing tenacity of their pursuers. These moments of close calls serve to humanize both sides of the conflict, adding depth to their characters and motivations. As the narrative unfolds, readers are swept up in a whirlwind of suspense, as they witness the heroes' dogged determination to stay one step ahead and the troublemakers' increasingly desperate attempts to maintain their advantage. With each near miss, the stakes are raised, and the city's fate hangs in the balance. The momentum of the story continues to build, driving towards the climactic confrontations that await in the chapters ahead.
Chapter 8: The Big Breakthrough. In the intricate dance between pursuers and pursued, the narrative takes a dramatic turn in Chapter 8 as a long-awaited breakthrough finally comes to fruition. This chapter is a pivotal moment in the story, where the heroes' tireless efforts yield a significant discovery that brings them closer than ever to unraveling the mystery of the troublemakers. Amid the tension and uncertainty that has defined their journey, the heroes unearth a piece of evidence that serves as a crucial link in the chain. Whether it's a hidden clue, an unexpected witness, or a long-awaited connection between seemingly unrelated events, this breakthrough propels the investigation forward with newfound momentum. As the puzzle pieces fall into place, the heroes' collective efforts gain a renewed sense of purpose. The breakthrough provides them with a clearer picture of the troublemakers' motives, intentions, and potential vulnerabilities. Armed with this new information, they begin to strategize with renewed vigor, devising a plan to confront their adversaries head-on. Throughout this chapter, readers bear witness to the culmination of the heroes' hard work and resilience. The progression from uncertainty to clarity brings a surge of hope, not only to the characters themselves but also to the beleaguered city they aim to protect. The suspense of the story is temporarily tempered by the triumph of discovery, creating a brief respite before the impending showdown. As the narrative unfolds, Chapter 8 serves as a turning point, a moment of catharsis that propels the story forward with a renewed sense of purpose. With their newfound knowledge, the heroes prepare to face their adversaries on equal footing, setting the stage for the climactic moments that await in the chapters to come.
Chapter 9: The Showdown. The tension that has been building throughout the story reaches its zenith in Chapter 9, as the long-awaited showdown between the heroes and the troublemakers takes center stage. This chapter is a crescendo of action, emotion, and suspense, where the forces of good and evil collide in a battle that will determine the fate of the city. With the heroes armed with their newfound knowledge, they meticulously plan their approach to finally apprehend the troublemakers. The atmosphere crackles with anticipation as the heroes' strategies are put into motion, each step carefully calculated to corner their adversaries and expose the truth they've worked so hard to uncover. The setting for the showdown is imbued with significance, symbolizing the convergence of opposing forces. The location may be a place of great importance to the troublemakers or a public space where their actions have caused the most harm. As the heroes close in, the city itself seems to hold its breath, its collective hope resting on the outcome of this pivotal moment. The confrontation is marked by a symphony of intense emotions. The heroes are fueled by a combination of fear, determination, and the weight of their responsibilities. The troublemakers, cornered and desperate, reveal facets of their characters that have remained hidden until now. The clash of ideals, the struggles, and the revelations that unfold in this chapter add layers of complexity to both sides of the conflict. The action unfurls with a cinematic quality, as readers are transported to the heart of the conflict. Scenes of suspense, perilous pursuits, and unexpected twists abound, keeping readers on the edge of their seats. As the heroes and troublemakers engage in a high-stakes battle of wits and strength, the narrative skillfully navigates between moments of quiet introspection and explosive action. In Chapter 9, the showdown is more than just a physical confrontation. It's a culmination of the hero's journey, their growth, and their evolution. The decisions they make in the heat of the moment are a testament to their character and the depth of their commitment to justice. As the narrative races toward its climax, readers are immersed in a whirlwind of emotions, leaving them breathless as they witness the outcome that will ultimately shape the city's destiny.
Chapter 10, Justice at Last. In the riveting conclusion of the narrative, Chapter 10 brings closure to the epic struggle that has unfolded over the course of the story. This chapter is a culmination of all that has come before, as the threads of the plot are woven together in a satisfying resolution that reflects the triumph of good over evil. As the dust settles from the showdown, the heroes and the troublemakers each confront the consequences of their actions. This chapter provides an opportunity for reflection and introspection, as characters grapple with the fallout of their choices and the impact they have had on their own lives and the lives of those around them. The city itself becomes a character in this final chapter, as its collective sigh of relief is palpable. The air is thick with a renewed sense of hope and unity, as the removal of the troublemakers' influence marks the beginning of a new chapter for the community. The heroes' dedication and sacrifice have not only restored peace but have also fortified the bonds between the city's residents. Chapter 10 is a celebration of justice served. The troublemakers face the consequences of their actions, ensuring that their reign of terror comes to an end. Their motives are unmasked, revealing the complexity of their characters and the motivations that drove them down a dark path. In contrast, the heroes' efforts are lauded and celebrated by a grateful city. Their resilience, teamwork, and unwavering commitment to protecting their community have not gone unnoticed. This chapter provides closure to their personal journeys, showing the growth and transformation they have undergone as a result of their experiences. The final pages of the story resonate with themes of redemption, closure, and the promise of a brighter future. Relationships are repaired, wounds are healed, and the city begins to rebuild. The narrative ends on a note of hope, as the characters look toward the horizon with optimism, knowing that the challenges they faced have only strengthened their resolve. Chapter 10 serves as the final brushstroke in a vivid tapestry of struggle and triumph. It is a reminder that justice is not merely an outcome but a process, and that the journey toward it is as significant as the destination itself. As readers turn the last page, they are left with a sense of fulfillment, having witnessed the transformation of a city and the individuals who helped shape its destiny.
Epilogue, a safer city. In the quiet aftermath of the storm, the epilogue of the narrative offers readers a glimpse into the lasting impact of the hero's actions. It paints a portrait of a city that has emerged from the darkness, stronger and more united than ever before. The wounds inflicted by the troublemakers reign a healing, and the scars are fading as the city embarks on a journey of recovery. The epilogue revisits familiar faces, providing a snapshot of where the characters find themselves after the events that unfolded. The heroes, having played a pivotal role in bringing the troublemakers to justice, are shown moving forward with their lives. Their experiences have left them changed, their bonds forged through adversity enduring beyond the final chapter. The city itself is portrayed as a place of transformation. Streets once marred by fear are now filled with the sounds of laughter and the warmth of renewed connections. Shopkeepers open their doors with renewed hope, and children once again play freely in the parks. The scars of the past are visible but no longer define the city's identity. The epilogue also serves as a reminder that healing takes time. While the city has emerged from the shadows, the journey toward complete recovery is ongoing. The narrative acknowledges that the effects of the troublemakers' actions have left an indelible mark, and that the path toward a safer city is one that requires continued vigilance and effort. As the story draws to a close, the epilogue leaves readers with a sense of closure and optimism. It is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit, the capacity for growth, and the power of unity in the face of adversity. The epilogue offers a glimpse of the legacy that the heroes have left behind, a legacy that inspires the city's residents to move forward with hope and a renewed sense of purpose. In this final chapter, readers are invited to reflect on the journey they've undertaken alongside the characters. It is a bittersweet farewell, a moment to appreciate the trials and triumphs that have shaped the narrative. The epilogue serves as a poignant reminder that stories, like cities, continue to evolve long after the last page is turned.